Hi everyone, it's Anja from Cooking with Plants and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're one of my regular subscribers, then welcome back. And I should also welcome myself back because I haven't actually done any videos in quite some time. I've had a lot of things going on with friends and family, and also I am in a new relationship. So I've been dedicating time to myself and to those around me. And I'm super excited to be in a new filming kitchen and to bring some new recipes and some great tips and tricks for you for living a healthy plant-based lifestyle. So if you haven't yet subscribed, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell, and you'll get notified of all of my new upcoming videos that I'm about to release. So today I'm so excited to share with you my top 10 favorite ingredients that I like to use for my breakfast. So I like to use these in combination with each other or just on their own. They're just quick and easy things that I can throw together, and I know that I'm getting a healthy start to the day and I'm getting good nutrition into my body. So let's get into ingredient number one. So my first ingredient today is bread. I love having bread on hand. So some type of wholemeal, whole wheat bread, or a rye bread, sourdough. This is a sourdough spelt bread. So whichever bread you like, as long as it's a healthy and nutritious bread, go for that option because it's absolutely quick and easy. You put it in the toaster or just have it as is. If you like to bake your own bread, have some fresh bread in the mornings. It's absolutely delicious. And it's so easy just to heat up some bread and put on some spread or some sort of delicious topping and you're good to go. Very, very quick and easy, and absolutely one of my favorites. The second ingredient that I love to use for my breakfast is tofu. So I like to make tofu scramble. It is just so filling in the mornings, and it's nice and warm and delicious, and you can flavor it up. And even if you wanted to make it Mexican style, add those types of spices. But I like to stick to a traditional tofu scramble, and I have plenty of those on my website and in my cookbook. So if you're wanting a recipe for that, check that out, or check out my other videos on this channel as well, because I have loads of tofu scramble recipes on there. And so delicious, absolutely tasty, and again, tasty served with some crunchy bread. Yum. My third ingredient, I've actually got some multiple options here, is beans. I love using beans and legumes with my breakfast. Again, they're loaded with protein, which will fill you up for the day and get you started, and they're absolutely delicious and healthy for you. It's a great plant-based option for protein. So make sure you include some beans and mash them up if you like, put them on your toast, eat them as is, flavor them up with different herbs and spices. The options are absolutely endless. Now, the other thing I like to keep on hand, which is in line with the beans, is chickpea flour or garbanzo flour. And with this, I like to make some omelette substitutes, or you could make frittata, all those types of things where you would traditionally use egg. You could use chickpea flour to make some delicious breakfast options for yourself. Number 4 on the list is avocado. I absolutely love avocado. As long as they're ripe and good to go, then I'm happy. So if you have a nice delicious avocado and you've got that waiting in your kitchen, then there's nothing better than spreading that on some bread or having it on, I like to have it on some sweet potato as well. Sometimes I'll have sweet potato in the mornings instead of the bread, and it goes so beautifully well, and it adds a little bit of creaminess. Don't overdo it with the avocado. It's still, even though it's a natural ingredient, it's healthy for us, but it is still a high-fat food. So if you're struggling to lose weight or you have severe heart issues, then it is still a high-fat food, and you should probably consult your cardiologist if you have heart issues, etc., as to whether these should be included in your diet. But for most people, avocado is an absolutely delicious thing that you can add to your breakfast. Number 5, mushrooms. I love to cook up mushrooms, any type that I can find. I love that variety and mixing multiple styles of mushrooms together. It's absolutely delicious. And again, That served with some beans and a little bit of toast. It's just such a great combination. You can mix and match and just come up with so many different recipe ideas, and you will not be bored, I guarantee it. Number 6 on the list is oats, rolled oats. They are so great for us, or steel cut oats if you prefer to cook them right from scratch and have a longer cooking process. Steel cut oats are the best for you, but rolled oats is what I tend to go for. It's a lot quicker to cook and they're just easy to have on hand. And I either soak these with some coconut water or some plant-based milk, and I make a bircher muesli, or I cook them up and have them hot as an oatmeal or a porridge. So very quick and easy to make, very economical, and very good for us. If you're wanting to lower your cholesterol, then make sure you include oats at least each day if you can, or every couple of days, because it's so good for us. So try oats, have them on hand. Yum. Number 7 on the list, I've actually run out of because I use it so much, and it's actually chia seeds. I like to keep them in a small jar, and then I can just put them into my food that I'm having for my breakfast. I like to soak them with my oats to make bircher muesli or a pudding, a chia oat pudding. Absolutely delicious, and they provide omega-3s, so they are great for brain health. They'll help to absorb other nutrients, and they are great to have at the start of the day as a breakfast ingredient. My next ingredient is a little bit of a treat ingredient, and I don't try to use it too often these days, and it is actually nut butter. So whilst nuts are healthy for us, nut butter is still processed. It's still ground down, and you can eat a much larger portion than you would if you were having the actual nut itself and cracking the shell and actually eating it that way. So I only get it in very small containers these days, and maybe have a teaspoon on a piece of bread every now and then as a treat, or when I'm wanting something a little bit more rich. So I then don't go and binge on something else and crave something else that's full of oil. I have a little bit of the peanut butter, and that will get rid of the cravings. So absolutely delicious to use, but use it sparingly because it is a high fat ingredient. So the next thing I love to have for breakfast is fruit. It's so good for us, and I love to have it in the morning. So things like oranges, and having the whole fruit, you actually have the fiber as well, so it helps with the digestion of it all and the absorption of all the nutrients. So rather than having orange juice where the fiber is gone and you're pretty much drinking processed sugar content because you're taking out the fiber, stick to the whole fruit when you can. So things like oranges, things like frozen blueberries, I keep them on hand in my freezer because I know I can always have fruit on hand. Things like cherries, I love cherries, and they're not always in season, so I keep them frozen also. And in line with the fruits, I also like to keep a little bit of a jam on hand. I make sure that it's 100% fruit, but I also use it sparingly because at the end of the day, it doesn't have its water content. More than likely, it doesn't have all the fiber that it originally had, and it's been broken down and cooked and concentrated. So those natural fruit sugars are very concentrated in here. So I will use this sparingly, and it will be if I'm rushing out the door and I just don't have time to eat a whole piece of fruit or make a smoothie or whatever I'm doing, I'll just quickly have a piece of jam toast. And I may even mash up a banana on my toast and then put this on top for an extra little bit of sweetness and a little bit of variety. So keep that in mind and use it sparingly. And finally, for my breakfast, I like to use vegetables. So all sorts of different vegetables, whatever I have on hand. So if I have some cooked sweet potato or some steamed vegetables from my dinner the night before, I try to eat some vegetables with my breakfast. Also some tomatoes or tomatoes, depending on where you are in the world, and things like baby spinach and rocket. Getting those greens in, especially in the mornings, is so great for us. It's so alkalizing, and it gives our body some great nutrition. So if you can incorporate it into your breakfast as well as all of your other meals, that is a fantastic start to the day. So I hope that you like these ingredients, and let me know if you use any or all of these ingredients as well, and what your favorite breakfast is. And if you'd like me to make some breakfast recipes for you, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Come on over also and join me in my Facebook group. There's a whole group of us. We share recipe ideas, tips and tricks, and we have so much fun over there. So check out the Cooking with Plants Facebook group. I'll leave a link to that below, and I look forward to seeing you for the next recipe. Bye for now, and happy eating.